Well, good morning. We are here in North Miami Beach at the pier located at the Newport. And we're going to get to some detecting. It's a beautiful day. Actually, the water is really smooth. Got people camped on the beach. So here's another beach they make look like a frosted cake. If I haven't said it this morning yet, I'm not fond of beaches where they do this. But we are going for just between high tide and low tide. I'm not going to do the upper beach. So let's get in it, and I will bring you back when we are on a target. So we are actually ground balanced at 19. I guess it's a myth that you don't need ground balancing here. I guess we'll find out. So we're on a target. It ranked pretty low. Single digits. Not finding it. As you can see, it's a bottle cap. The bane of my existence. Pretty rusty one. Well, let's keep going after we clean up. It's a beautiful morning on the beach. So far it's been uneventful. What sounded like a good target ended up being deep iron in the form of actually more like a bottle cap. But to my credit, I chased it. Isn't it gorgeous out? It's a beautiful area. All right, more later. So we're on a 19. It's reading about 19, 17. Could be anything. It's either on the edge of the hole or it's deeper. I think it's halfway to China. Keep going. think it's out. It's out. It's dead quiet. Yeah, that's weird. Nada. And I don't think the water got it. How could that be? Total silence. Nothing. Well, just for laughs and giggles, I'm gonna gold mode. I'm getting a 1 to 2 in gold mode. I just don't see how targets disappear. Doesn't make sense. Back to gold mode. Need to do that. Getting anything from absolutely nothing to something like a gold chain. Well, that's really creepy. It disappeared in beach mode 2, but it's ringing a 1 in prospect in gold mode. I'm thinking it's steep iron. Why? Because I just saw negative values popping up. Yeah, there it is. -6. -6. What a joy. Question is, will they have a detector in our lifetime with AI? I'm not sure it's a good idea, but okay, more later. I've heard this before from other detectorists. Something to the effect of, this beach is so quiet, and I know it's a penny, but I'm going to dig it anyway, just so I could say I found something. And that's about where we're at. There's a cut down there. You're going to see it in a minute. And we're going to be in it in just a minute. Ah, right there. True to 2021, it's a penny. It's a penny. There it is. Almost joggled it right out. Okay, whatever. We're going up there. That's where the cut is. Well, the targets are getting richer. I guess the better way to say it would be there's more of them. Okay, so we're on a target, and the numbers are bouncing all over the place in the positive range. Now they're gone. How is this possible? Again, not the first time. We've got some like bottle caps in there that are stuck to the neodymium magnets. That are more or less disintegrated. Wow, this is so bizarre. Gone. All right, if I pick it up, back on the target, and it's turning out to be our best friend, the penny. And I think it's in the scoop. Wow, that was close. And it's in the scoop. And it's exactly what I thought. Well, didn't know what I thought before. Numbers are all over the place. Alright, more later. So there's the cut. And we're going to run through the cut and see what we get. Well, 5 trillion more pennies than I can retire. Yes, it's exaggeration. And I got 1 foot. And I got a 910. Sounds pretty symmetrical. Ooh, it just bounced to 15. Oh, take your pick on what this is. It's out of the hole. And it's out of the hole. And I think it's in the scoop. Okay, off to the water for a little rinsey. Now, can I do this without getting soaked? It's really cold here. And I'm insane. All I'm wearing is a long sleeve shirt. Ah, bottle cap. Oh, if I had a nickel for every bottle cap. Well, yes, I rechecked my holes. And silence. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, we were going down the cut. More later. And there's the cut. Not my hand. This is truly a target-rich environment. Now, I just dug up big aluminum, so we're going to talk about getting rich. Got a 16, 17. It's about right. It's nothing. Well, it just got louder, which means I'm getting closer. I hear a nulled out iron. It's not a surprise. All right, we'll wash out the scoop. See what we got. Oh, we have a stick. And we got a screw top. Ah, screw top. Only thing worse than a bottle cap, which on an Equinox you can filter out, is a screw cap. And you do not want to have to filter out a screw cap, because you would be filtering out what you came here for. Alright, let's see how much more of this we can take. Ah, 10 peg. This is fun. I literally ran into it. Now, let me see if I can run into a gold doubloon. So, here's what we're doing. I'm scanning up the wall. I'm right-handed, but I am traversing the beach from south to north, which means that my left side is uphill. I can hear a penny. Oh, do I want to get it? Not really. I will leave that for the next poor soul that is looking to say they found something on the beach. Right now it's pretty quiet. I'm not saying there are no targets. I'm saying, based on what I see here, I think they're out of range. This is certainly not sanded in, but this cut is sanded in. As you can see, it's kind of filled in. I think we're gonna park it in all metal. All right, taking a break for a second. Be right back. We're on another target, and I'll give you $50 if you can guess what it is. Yep, well, too late. Interesting. Oh, let's take it off all metal. Aha, it's a shell. And a penny. Yay. You know, the Indians, I think it was the Tequesta Indians, something like that. Tequesta Indians. They used to use shells for currency in Florida. Long time ago, 400 years. Florida's got a pretty rich history. It's not perfect. Oh, look. It's a straw. A nasty straw. Yeah, I do clean up. I see another one. Irritates the hell out of me. And I'd say this is a South Florida problem, but we got a 15, 16, just went to 10, but it's 15, 16. All right, let's get the straw. It's such a shame. I have this theory that if you made people pick up 3 pieces of trash, every time they went to the beach, they would stop polluting. It's interesting. Still showing pretty deep. Okay, one of 2 things. It's deeper, or it's on the edge. I've seen both. And that's one piece of advice I'd give. Alright, I'm more convinced it's deeper. Oh, it's there. Now, ask me what it is. Well, let's see if we can pinpoint it. Now that's telling me it's on the edge of the hole. I see it. Ah, the coronavirus. I have 3 neodymium magnets in this scoop. 2, there's an epoxy one right there, epoxy coated. There's another one. That's not rust. That's a magnet, and that's a big freaking neodymium bar magnet that'll pick up your car. Yes, I'm joking. All right, more later. So, 2 things. 1, styrofoam, really awful stuff. I do clean up the beach. Shout out to Michael Oliver and his channel for his jewelry recovery business, I believe in Sydney, Australia. And this guy always makes it a point to clean up wherever he goes. He takes the trash with him. And I would encourage any of you to do the same. Now, because, there's not too many people that do that stuff, and shame on them. As far as I'm concerned, they should be allowed on the beach if they're gonna pick it up. All right, so what we got here, where are you? Or what I think we have I want to demonstrate it. Okay, so we have bouncing around between like 12 and like a negative number, but take it, yeah, you need to leave it on all metal. There we go. You know, I'm not positive about this. Let's dig it. My X-ray vision glasses are in my other outfit. Ugh. All right, so we got some out. We got 11. Personally, I think it's a bottle cap. That's not definitive because... All right, so on all metal, bouncy, bouncy. And the numbers are staying positive. So one of two things. Either it's jewelry, or I'm not catching. Aha! Anyone see that? Ugh, crying shame. It's the worst. It's what I thought it was. Because it was throwing negative numbers. So pay attention to those. Don't ignore them. Put it on all metal. Give it a bounce. And over the target. And if you see it going negative, it's a alloyed bottle cap. It's a bottle cap. And the alloy is going to throw it into a negative value at some point while you bounce it. Bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it like that. How long do you have to do it? I don't know. 5-6 times until you have a pattern. You're looking for a pattern. Okay, more later. And there's our view. We are still headed south. I bet you a nickel it's a penny. Ha ha ha. Something about pennies. If I start digging quarters, maybe I'll stop digging pennies. You know, I have to say, right now I'm not using the 15-inch coil that's sitting in my house because, frankly, my wrist is a bit of a mess. It's interesting. What's interesting? Well, the numbers have dropped from 20 down to about 18. Okay. And I've noticed with pennies that you believe that it's under the coil, and often it's at the periphery of the coil, on the edge, somewhere along the circumference of the coil. That's a pretty good hole. In case any of you are wondering how deep that is, we're over a foot. I'm thinking we're on our way to 16 inches. I don't know. Why am I doing this? Gee, I don't know. Because the numbers are bouncing all over the bloody place. So, okay. Now it looks more like a coin spill. You must be wondering why I'm doing this like this. I'm trying not to make a mess out of this hole and figure where the hell I've been detecting. Okay, so what you take out of the hole are called the spoils, and nothing is in the spoils. Wow, this is like surgery, except it's not surgery. It's digging a hole in the beach. Hey, gee, look, 2 foot. Ooh, I see it. And I don't think it's any of the above. Look at that. So, let's pay attention to what we got here. We have a 2 foot deep hole. And we have a screw cap from hell. See? Screw cap. Screw cap. Pretty, huh? Hennessy. Too many calories. I'm not a drinker. Anyway, alright. I'm gonna wait till somebody else fills this hole. Yes, that's a joke. Alright, so we're gonna fill the hole. Usually what I do, just for laughs and giggles, is something like this. Especially if you're on a cliff wall, a cut, you can just cave in the cut. This is interesting. We've got one can pray. For any of you who aren't aware of this trick, yes, I know it's 4 inches off the beach. Okay. It's a pinpointing technique. Some people say, oh, turn the sensitivity down. Well, gee, that's a colossal waste of time. Just pick the coil up off the beach. Right now we're at 20, and I had it at 23 when I started, but the coil was misbehaving. It was skittering, and alright, this is no good. We got -5. So now, without proceeding further, I will call this a bottle cap. Okay, so more action later. I just got a 19. Now, let's face it, it's probably a penny. But, it could be a large men's ring. Thing is, make sure when you pinpoint, that you swing your detector clear of where you think the target is. Because if you don't, you're going to null out the target when you hit the pinpoint button. It won't be good. Well, it's fluctuating between I'm a penny to I'm a men's ring. Where are you? It's out of the hole. Haha, it is 50 bucks. But it looks like a penny. Yes, I have 50 bucks in my head. What can I tell you? All right, more later. Time for a drink. Yes, no Hennessy. You got to see this. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. I will try not to point the camera into the sun. So I'm slightly north of the Newport Hotel on Miami Beach, for those of you that are interested. This is Jade Ocean. There are several Jade buildings. These are condos, and they are very nice. And I am a realtor, so please don't hesitate to say, ooh, I like that. Because I'll tell you, this is a gorgeous view. And people will pay for this view. All right, let me go help this guy with his volleyball. And he's got it. Let me see what he does. Oh, the action. The suspense. This is worth 50 bucks. Oh my God, too funny. All right. Wealthy women more live in the area who are out for their high-intensity walk across the beach. Pay attention, folks. The action's building. Another lesson in what not to try to filter out. Screw caps are inherently part of the trash matrix here on any beach, and even nice beaches. You don't want to filter them out because they fall in the range of other valuable targets. So don't do that. All right? Just dig the bloody things. Put them in your bag, keep going, and look for the good stuff. This gull is not too happy he's being followed. Oh, you can't see me. I'm going in the water. You can't get to me. It's pretty big, huh? And I took my hand out of the way. You can see that. So I'm on another target. If I can locate it again. I'm iron. I'm a penny. Oh, look at those negative numbers. Bouncy, bouncy. See, I'm in all metal. Look, let me tell you something. I've owned a lot of pulse induction detectors. Some costing $2,500, like the JW Fishers. It's possible there's more than one thing down here. What do you learn from pulse induction detectors? Well, I'll tell you one thing you learn. Yeah, that's crap. See that? -6. Okay, but these boots, they don't have the rubber boots. And I'm doing my best not to get my pants wet. People look you up and down when you detect. It's really something. You need a thick skin. They don't really say anything, I guess. I guess the thick skin is not what I'd want to say. I would just say you have to be prepared to be, in part, a public relations director. I'm in the real estate business. I think we have a dime. Actually, I'm sure we have a dime. Oh, look, it's a dime. No, it's 50 bucks. Is that a dime? Yeah, it's a dime. It's a little greenish. You can see green, green, green. See the green? Okay, that's better. Anyway, here's a point. If you sell real estate, which I do, you should not be shy about maybe giving your card to people you run into on the beach. If you think, especially if they're interested in what you're interested in, that's called having something in common. And I have a dear friend who drilled that into my head. This is fun. And I'm trying for the life of me to figure out. Okay, let's take it off. There are definitely good targets here. And I'm getting soaked in the process. Soaked, see, soaked. I just don't want to get wet. Am I afraid of the water? No. Am I gonna melt? No. I'm looking forward. Oh, there's some stuff here. Look at that. Just went to -6. Best guess. It's a bottle cap. But don't know. But I'm thinking it's a bottle cap. I'm fed up already. Alright. Game's over. We're going to keep going. There's actually quite a few targets out here. Interesting numbers. They're going negative. Alright, we're coming off of all metal. I've got FE and F2 set at 6. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, it should be like 0. There's a lot of stuff here, and I'm trying to decide. Alright, it's time for a we are doing a noise reduction there. I think I'm gonna ground balance the two. This isn't the place to do it. If you go to ground balance, make sure there's no iron. $18. Okie dokie. Sounds quieter. Time to get hosed. I mean, these are good numbers, but problem is maybe, I don't know. Well, I think it's out of the hole, actually. Switching hands. Is it anything? Is it nothing? I've got a ton of bottle caps in there, and frankly, right now I've got 4. So there wasn't anything of value, and I don't see anything skittering down the beach. I think the game's over. So let's keep going, because this fun, it just never ends. All right. Oh, perhaps a fool's errand. I don't know. Yeah. What's going on? Try to keep these folks from falling in the hole. That would be bad. There's a lot of iron on this beach, and it can be a real nightmare trying to figure out what's what just in building. To be identified. It's roughly about 6 feet wide. No, just kidding. It's some of these buildings are very narrow. They are built on very narrow pieces of property, but the developers and they build on these pieces of land. It's still a substantial building. I will identify it for anyone who's interested. It's just to the north of one of the Jade Ocean buildings. It's Jade Ocean right there. All right, okay. So for those of you that actually work on the fringe of your sensitivity, what I mean by fringe of, like, I've got noise in my headphones that clearly is telling me I'm going to focus on this. I will be back. But it's telling me that there's noise, but it could be worth the extra depth, so I'm putting up with the noise and trying to get the signal through it. So while the camera was off, I was in the process. I was scanning the hole, and there's a lesson here, believe me. I was scanning the hole, and I have the scoop on my right shoulder. Well, it's telling me it's a good target, but it's telling me it's not deep. I don't know. Anyway, so I take the scoop off my shoulder, and at the same instant I take it off my shoulder, no less, not just someone, not just a female, but a pregnant female walks right by me and almost gets clubbed in the head with the scoop. And I do mean close, like a foot. Gosh almighty. I'm thinking this is crap. Problem here in South Florida is there's so much trash in this sand, and you don't see it because it's really deep. Now, could it be a good target? Yeah, I mean, but I'm telling you, there's no 4 under this coil. See, it's gone. I'm going to knock the sensitivity down. I think I'm going to knock it down to even like, see how 19 does. Anyway, oh, the joy. I'll keep going. Well, since the camera was off and I turned it back on, I found a dime, lost a dime, got water in my boots. I'm like tempted to go back to the car, take the boots off, roll my pants up, yeah, whatever was there is gone. Isn't that the first time I have got a signal and I've lost it? Look, a signal. I think that's it. Ugh. Is it worth it? I don't know. I can dig it quickly. I'm not talking because I'm concentrating. I'm the type of person who doesn't like to quit. Ever. But I might. Because it's making me nuts. And you would think it's easy to do. Maybe it is. Okay, off of all metal. I feel like it's moving. Yeah, these people think nothing of getting very close to you when you're swinging that beach scoop. And I have to warn you, they all have the word lawsuit written on their forehead. I'm gonna lose it. I got less soaked than I thought. Or am I so soaked? I don't know. What happened to low tide? I think somebody forgot to tell the ocean about low tide. I'm thinking this is not the place for this 11-inch coil. Why? Because it comes and goes out of the range of the coil. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, just like that. What time is that? Well, I got the privilege of finding out what it was. I was digging, and it turned out to be a pop top soda can. Everybody knows what they look like. They're kind of rectangular-ish with rounded corners. I'm thinking there's still something in here. I'm not giving up. Alright, well, we're leaving the camera on and we'll find out what it is. So I'm actually in gold prospecting 1. See it? Well, it was hovering around 2. Now, is it crap? Shell, as opposed to hell, as opposed to what this is, digging giant holes. Alright, let's put it back over to Beach 2 doesn't have it at all. Okay. I'm not going to question Minelab settings for Beach 1 and 2. I know that, here's what I know. In the beach mode, even in all metal, I was on the edge. Here it is. The tide pulled it out and then put it back farther down the beach. So That's what it was, and it barely rang in beach 2. So the trick that I've learned is you can pick up more sensitivity in gold prospecting 1. Probably you don't need to, because if I recall correctly, gold prospecting 2 is for more mineralization situations, heavy mineralization. Other than that, they're the same, which makes gold prospecting 1 more sensitive than 2. Anyway, that's the story. If you come out here and you think you're going to get rich, you're sadly mistaken. This is interesting, and we won't comment. Anyway, I have no idea what she was doing, besides the fact depositing her mask on the beach. I can't be sure she did it, but she didn't pick it up. I try not to disturb anybody. So, for those of you that are wondering what I'm doing, I'm in the SHELL line, the shell line. This is telling me a high mark. There's really not much range here. Here we've got broken glass. Ooh. I will take that. Someone has to be a do-gooder. So we are making our way back up the beach, or should I say back down the beach. We are headed south, and we got to make these ladies move because they can go anywhere they want. This COVID business, this bad business of COVID, is complicating everything. We can only pray it doesn't get worse. This thing mutates into something way more deadly. We're all going to be wishing it was 2020 again. And that's the story. It's really beautiful. I'm going to check the reports for tomorrow. I'm kind of tempted to bring the pulse unit and go detecting in the water, but I think it's still a little rough. I don't know. Hard to predict. Right now we're doing zigzags. See if we can find a coin line. It's, you know, frankly, I think it's very sanded in, except for farther down the beach, towards the water's edge, right? So, I don't know. Who can say? This is where the high tide came up to about. But we're operating on either side of that range. All right, more later. got a car chase. It's Aventura PD against some guy. I saw him, I don't know, he was acting kind of weird. He's driving in a car I've never heard of. I don't know if he, we're gonna leave it because I'm not running lights together. Anyway, I thought for a second he was after me because I had to do a little dance to get over into the turn lane. And they're pretty strict, but I wasn't speeding. Anyway, it wasn't. That was great.